Hi, Shanna Forstall here with Chattanooga Fashion Expo, and we are doing our alumni series of interviews. And today I'm really excited to have Brittany with me. Brittany, tell us your full name.
I'm Brittany Renee Moss.
And Brittany is a local talent who has many talents. She's what you call a multi-hyphenate, very talented person. But Brittany came to us and worked as a model, and she's been with us since the beginning. So I wanted to talk to her a little bit about her CFE journey. And Brittany, I love you, and I am so proud of you and the growth that I've seen in you in the last few years. It's been incredible. Like, you were talented when I met you, but now you've just expanded in so many areas in your gifts. So tell me a little bit about like how you heard about CFE, how you got involved in CFE, starting with your first time with us.
So my very first time, which was one of the meetups before the whole, full idea of CFE. I know when Shanna came to town, she already had a mission, was to make our fashion industry actually be an industry, because there's a lot of magazines that are originated in Chattanooga, but there was never really any fashion shows. So she came wanting to uplift that vision for creatives and fashion designers and fashion models to have a space that's here at home or in this tri-state area of Chattanooga, to have the ability to actually have a fashion showcase. I actually found out about the meetup from another friend, Jeremy. Had no idea what I was walking into. My partner and I at the time were just hanging out with Jeremy, and he was like, so I'm going to this thing tomorrow. I don't know if y'all are interested in coming, but it's about fashion. I know you guys are both like super in the fashion scene of like just our everyday performance lives. So I don't know if you guys wanted to come. And we were like, oh yeah, we'll definitely be about it. We'll come. We walked in there literally fashioned head to toe. We were wearing white with rainbow accents. So I had like a rainbow wig, and Steve had like this rainbow like scarf. We literally were a show-stopping like dynamic duo that night. Everybody was looking at us. And like I said, I had no idea coming into it that it was like the model meetup. The models meet the designers, and everyone was like figuring out if they wanted to actually be a part of CFE. So we walked in and people were like looking at us, and we're used to that. So we were just kind of like sitting there, and like drinks were being had. So we went to the bar and we like connected with people just walking up. And I remember my first impression of Shanna, because I didn't know who she was. I had no idea. And I was like, that woman knows what she's doing. I don't know who she is, but she has a mission and she's going to achieve it. So throughout the night, we were still connecting, and someone actually came up to me and was like, so are you modeling? And I was like, modeling for what? And they were like, for the CFE. Like, we're trying to find models to see if this is actually going to be a successful event. So this is the meetup to see if people are actually interested in this. And it was like, was it March at this time? Because yeah, it was like earlier in the year, because your plan was to have it November, which thank God, November's the perfect month to have this. I swear, every November I never have something that weekend. So yeah, they were like, we're trying to see if models are going to model, blah, blah. And I was just like, I mean, I've modeled, but last time I modeled was in 2015. And I was consistently modeling, but like I would travel to Atlanta to model and then have to come back and gas, everything. And especially starting out as a model, they don't always pay you. So it was a lot of my money coming out of me trying to better my career as modeling. It was just chaotic. So in 2015, I didn't model anymore after that. So I was just like, well, I modeled before, but I mean, I guess I'll try it. And so I talked to Jeremy. Jeremy was like, well, I'll model, but like I came here because they were looking for designers, and that's what I want to do. So I was like, well, I mean, I guess I'll do it. And my partner was like, well, I mean, I've wanted to model, but like I'm like 50 years old. They don't have 50-year-old models. At CFE, you can literally be 4 years old all the way up to 60 if you wanted to model. And like there's literally opportunity and room, and like it's all comfortable. It's not, oh, we're doing this because we feel bad or feel sorry. No, there's actually things from even the acting aspect of like CFE, like all of it is performances. Like there's room for everyone. So yeah, but towards the end of the day or that evening, I was like connecting with people now in this idea mentality that, okay, I'm here to model. And I met Shanna. I feel like that was like meant to happen. I needed to really define who I was and where I was at that moment, especially confronting someone so knows what she is doing, know what she wants, know who she is, all of that. I needed to come ready and straightforward. So I met her officially as a model that wanted to be there. And we connected, and she was like, I don't know what it is about you, but like, I know you're going places and we're going to get you there. Since I've met this woman, I have literally last year, I think I did 6 fashion shows. This year, it's July. The end of July, I have done now 8 fashion shows.
I'm going to cry.
And
so
I would have never been there if it wasn't for her pushing me to be who I always wanted to be, but not feel like I was ready to do it or could do it or like the ability to do it. So CFE has really given a lot of people opportunity. And that's basically it. Opportunity to do whatever they want, whether it's grow, whether it's cultivate in like the original environment that they're already in, or like, just to explore, just to be in the area. You can literally not even be a model, but you want to like be really good at organizing or like being a part of a community or volunteer, or like be a photographer that's never, taking pictures of people on the runway, moving models, like opportunity for everybody. So
I mean, that's something that we literally tried to do from the beginning, was to create kind of a runway, a trajectory for talented people and creatives to move forward. And you're a prime example of that. You had something in your heart that you wanted to do. I'm Steve as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jeremy as well. Jeremy ended up, he designed for our competition. Then I think he modeled for somebody. Mm-hmm. And then now he's like our DJ every year. He's running, because that's his main thing. And he's like our DJ for all the parties and running our shows and things. But it's what I love about CFE is that, and the reason I wanted to create it was to create this platform that took creatives of all different types of hair and makeup people, designers, models, performing artists, all the things, and give them a space to come together, to network and to learn and to be connected to bigger markets, to learn industry knowledge that they need, and then to get opportunities to use that knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. And to shine and to grow. So thank you for coming, because you're just like a prime example of someone who has taken what was given. And I mean, sometimes blood, sweat, and tears given, because, this has just always been a labor of love for me. But it means everything to me to see people who take advantage of that and then grow. And I believe our community has, because there was very little happening in fashion when we first started. There was people, talented people everywhere, but they weren't creating even their own platforms the way they are right now. And I'm so proud of that, because everybody's growing and launching, and they have lines, and they're doing their own shows, and like, it's wonderful. It's like we have this vibrant community here now of not just fashion, but of artists who are working together to make Chattanooga and the region be known as a stepping stone, as a place where real talented people are coming out, and you're part of that. When you look back at your CFE journey, is there anything in particular that you learned or that stands out as a highlight, or I don't know, like what is one of your CFE memories? Something a moment that changed your life, or somebody said something, or you learned something, or is there a highlight or a moment or something that stood out?
I always think about this past year, matter of fact, because this past year was our second year, right? And there were not the same models. There was a lot of the same models. There was a lot of the same coordinators. But so I am represented by Queen Love Models. That's my modeling agency, and I vividly remember Kanaya, Queen Love, literally just like running every model that walked in that show got a full on connection with her, whether she helped you on your walk, whether she behind stage when you're like getting nervous and she's like calming everyone down, she's like reminding us to drink water, she's cutting up jokes. Like, that was the highlight of last year for sure. And the year before, first year, she actually found me through CFE. I also found my agency because of this woman, because she connected me with Kanaya. And like, I remember her just looking at me and being like, you have places to go, and as you has said, we're going to get you there. So that's my biggest highlight that I can really remember. One of the highlights, though, of the whole CFE experience is when you're behind stage, everyone assumes that models are like very stuck up, or like everyone's like in their own cliques, or however it is. There are people that I model with now that I actually have relationships with these models where in the everyday life of what Blue Rain or Brittany Moss goes through, like, I would have never connected with these people, but because we're all models and we're in this industry and they're awesome actual people, like, that connection of actually being behind the scenes in the back room where there's like bowls of fruit that everyone's walking around and like giving to people, or there's like people needing like, you know, pasties, or there's people needing extra shoes because they don't like, you don't know what you're wearing till the day of, and then like 8 people that are the size 8.5, which I never see because everyone's like 6 and 7 like size. So like finding other models that will let you borrow their heels and trust that you won't break them, and if you do, like, it's not that big of a deal. But like that kind of connection that CFE has given a lot of models, because a lot of models go in thinking that you have to look a certain way or be a certain way or be this confident or be this, you know, laid back and let, you know, the designers do whatever they want with your style and all that. It's completely recreated the whole idea of what modeling is in this industry. It is coming out with your personality, but of course being able to bend and snap to other people's ideas or what they can see you in.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're selling a product. That product comes from the designer. But one of the things we're really proud of is the culture we've built. And like you were talking about, the inclusivity that we have always had, people of all sizes, of all ages, of all colors, of all sexualities. Like it's really been important to me from the beginning to set a precedent where everyone has a place that wants to be involved, whether that's in the networking, the mentorship, et cetera, right? And then we've done that. So that makes me really proud. And you're just, again, a prime example of that. So if you guys aren't following her, be sure you look her up. We'll put her Instagram on here. This is Brittany, and she's very talented. She just does so many things. She's a model, a dancer, an incredible dancer. She danced at CFE a couple times. And she's also a fire dancer and does what do you call it? Fire performer. She's amazing. So yeah, very multi-talented. Anyway, everybody, Brittany, be sure you follow her. And thank you for your story. Thank you for being a CFE alumni. We can't wait to see you on the runway again this year. It's going to be a little different, but it's going to be fun.
I'm super excited.
Thanks, everybody.